Hello again, it's Dan, and today we're going to be talking about some websites that I've found to be useful or entertaining or just helpful in some way to do what I want to do throughout the day. So there's going to be three categories, and the first category that I'll share, which probably most of you are most familiar with, is the multimedia entertainment category, and I'll list 5 sites and give you some insight about that. After that, we'll go into the self-publishing realm, like the site I use to host my website, and other ways to do an online blog or journal, and then how I self-publish the site that I self-published my book with, and as well as my audios that got them onto iTunes and Amazon. Last category will be organization and productivity, and so yeah, that's those are the sites that I'm going to figure out the best way to describe and share with you, so maybe you can find them helpful, useful, or entertaining in your life as well. Okay, and now we're going to talk about, for the first set of websites that may be helpful for you or useful, um, will be the organization and productivity. So I set up a slideshow to give you the logo of each site and the URL or the website address, so you can go there if you want to check it out. First one I want to talk about is Evernote, which is an organization software. You can make to-do lists and checklists and just organize any kind of information that you would want. The next one I want to talk about is Google, which basically we all know about, I guess, but if you don't, I just want to mention it because it's sort of a key website. But you have your Google email address, you have your calendar, you have your search engine. Um, so we'll move on to Outlook.com, which has all the same aspects of Google. Yet Outlook, since it's Microsoft, has a few things tied into it that Google doesn't necessarily have, or at least that I don't use in my own online activities. So if you go to Outlook.com and sign up for an account, you do also get access to a OneDrive, which gives you free storage. Now, I think there is a Google Drive as well, but the OneDrive storage is very handy, and for storing and backing up any kind of important files or audios or anything like that. Which leads me to the next one, which is Microsoft Office 365. Now, this is something that you would sign up for and would need to pay $10 a month for, plus applicable taxes. But so it's like maybe 1060. But anyway, it gives you, with that subscription, you always have the newest version of Office, and basically that also gives you a terabyte of storage on your OneDrive. So that's something that I would definitely recommend. And finally, for personal finance, I would recommend Mint.com. Mint is from the makers of TurboTax or Intuit, so it's a very secure site and a trusted site. But basically, you can put in all kinds of account information for your finances, and it'll organize it. You can balance your checkbook. It's just a very handy software that I use sometimes, or a website that I use sometimes. And then I'll just throw in Yahoo for the last organization and productivity site. Yahoo uh, again has calendar, email, and if you need another website, I mean email address, to sign up for, and you don't want to do the same one with Google or Outlook, then you might want to sign up for a Yahoo account. So now we're going to get into the online self-publishing. First, let's talk about um, what used to be Yahoo Small Business for hosting websites. Now it's Abaco. I use Abaco to help host my website, which I'm currently designing, danielfeint.com. So I would recommend this for an inexpensive way to host a website, and you can sign up for a WordPress formatted site, or they also have other site tutorials to create a site very easily. I personally write my code and then use an FTP transfer, but all that's available with this resource. Next one is WordPress, which I mentioned a little bit ago. You can do a website version of it for a cost, but you also can do a free blog or an online journal with WordPress. As well, the next one that I want to mention, which is blogger.com. Um, I believe it could be Google's version of an online journal, so that's that. CD Baby is what I went through to publish audios that I recorded and created, and to put them online for sale, which will go to iTunes and Amazon and a lot of other places that you can get your work out there for sale. So I would recommend CD Baby. There is an initial cost for distribution, but for digital distribution, it's just a one-time fee, and then any kind of royalties that come in, then that's the way it goes. Um, and the final one with online self-publishing is the one I mentioned in an earlier video, which is lulu.com, where you can do all kinds of physical copies of paperback books, hardcover books, photo books, any kind of calendar. Lulu is a great site for doing those types of self-publishing. So finally, the last category will be multimedia entertainment, which if you're on the web, you may know a lot of these, but I'm just going to go through a few of them, and maybe you don't aren't familiar with some of them. The first one, of course, is Netflix. If you're into watching movies and videos, I would recommend Netflix. It does require signing up for an account, and then it's about, I think, $8 to $10 now, somewhere in that range for a monthly fee to watch the movies that are listed there, which they have quite a library of movies, which is good. Hulu.com is the next one we'll talk about, which is very similar to Netflix. Oftentimes has the same type of programs, but also has a few different ones. So between the two of them, it's sort of personal preference. Now I'm throwing in this slide of HayHouseRadio.com. This is one of my favorite talk radio sites. It's very inspirational, and it talks about spiritual things and self empowerment type of topics. So that's something that I would recommend to check out sometime. You can also call in to live shows and get advice or guidance, or just have a good conversation with an author. Um, and then moving on to another audio, Pandora is a good source if you like this site for streaming audio. It's a free site for streaming music, but there is ads that will be put into the stream unless you sign up for an account and pay money, and then you can have a more optimized account and not have to listen to advertisements. Finally, the last website I'll show in multimedia entertainment as well as in this video is Google Play, which now for $10 a month, you have almost an unlimited amount of music that you can search and play albums. I figure if you were to buy an album online, which may cost about anywhere from $5 to $10, but you have unlimited resources to look up and listen to any album out there, basically. Google Play is also the one where if I purchase a movie online, it can be watched on YouTube or through the Google Play site, and you can do that to enjoy any kind of movie or video um, whenever you want to watch it if you've purchased it. So I'm gonna sign off on the slideshow, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so that concludes the three different categories of websites that I wanted to share with you. And I hope that you have a really good day and that you may have taken some notes as to what would be helpful for you and entertaining or useful in your online endeavors. Let's just check in with Oreo. I think he has something to be filmed about. Ooh.